Coming up on the Suze Orman Show. 401ks and hardship withdrawals, what you need to know and why I do not want you to do it. Also, stop everything. How many times have you heard me say, do not take a loan from your 401k plan, especially to pay off credit card debt? How many times?
Yikes.
And you ask me, can I afford it?
I want to know if I can afford long-distance love, Susie.
Oh, I gotta hear this one. Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching the Suze Orman Show. So many of you are coming up to me on the street, and they're saying, Susie, I can't pay my bills. Yes, I know. I have a job. I'm working for a corporation. I have money in a 401k plan, but Susie, I need help. So you say, what do you think if I take a hardship withdrawal out of my 401k plan, Susie? So this is what I have to say to all of you. That is to be your cash of last resort. Do you hear me? You really don't even understand what a hardship withdrawal is, so I thought, why not start this 10th year explaining it to all of you since you're all thinking about it. You think if you go to your corporation and you tell them the dire straits that you're in, the hardship that you're experiencing, that they'll say to you, oh, no problem, you have money in your 401k, here it is, and that you'll get to take it out without having to pay taxes on it and without having to pay a penalty. Well, guess what? You could not be more wrong if you tried. First of all, not all corporations allow you to take a hardship withdrawal. Many corporations will say to you, are you kidding? If you want to take money from your 401k, the only way we're going to allow you to do it is via a 401k loan. Now, you already know a lot about the loans and how they work, so I'm not going to go into that. I want to stick on hardship withdrawals from now. There are companies, however, that will allow you to take a hardship withdrawal. But if you take a hardship withdrawal, you need to know that you are going to pay ordinary income tax on that withdrawal. You will pay, if you are under the age of 59 and a half, still working for that company, you will pay the 10% penalty tax. So if you take out $10,000 as a hardship withdrawal, possibly 35% of that, or $3,500, is going to go away immediately. Different than a loan that gets paid back, a hardship withdrawal can never be paid back. If you take a hardship withdrawal, let's say you've taken the money, and you're still contributing, you want to contribute to your 401k. If you don't have to prove why you need it, you don't have to show your corporation your finances, they also will not let you contribute to your 401k plan for the next 6 months. That's a big deal. If your corporation is one that makes you prove it, that you really are in hardship and they look at your finances, then the next month you will still be allowed to contribute to your 401k. What are hardships? What are the hardships that maybe they would consider? All right, here they are for you. If you're about to get evicted from your home, oh, that's a hardship. If you have medical expenses that you can't pay for, that is a hardship. In some cases, if you're about to buy a principal residence or pay for college tuition, funeral expenses, those things are hardships. But just because they're a hardship, and I'm going to say this again, does not mean you do not pay taxes or the penalty on it. You will, in almost all cases, unless you are 59 and a half years of age or older, working for the corporation you do this, you will pay that 10% penalty. In all cases, you will pay ordinary income taxes. So should you ever take a hardship withdrawal from your 401k plan, in my opinion, you absolutely should not. I'm just going to say this and then I will end. Money in a 401k plan is absolutely protected against bankruptcy. That really should be, as I said before, your cash of last resort. Let's go to Ohio to somebody with one of my favorite names out there, Rich.
Yes, I wish I were.
Well, if you wish it long enough and you do something about it, you could be, sir. Anyway, what can I do for you tonight?
Well, here's the situation, Susie. My wife and I both have been unemployed for going on 2 years. We've kept afloat by having temporary, part-time, low-paying jobs. They have not been enough. We've used up our savings. We've used up what little retirement we had accumulated. Recently, I inherited some money, which against a financial consultant's advice, we paid off the house and paid off the car. I have about $100,000 left. What should I do with it?
Before I answer that, now that you own your house outright, and now that you own your car outright, how do you feel?
Much relieved.
Was it the first time that you and your wife slept at night knowing that nobody could take away your transportation and the roof over your head?
Well, 3 o'clock doesn't come around like it used to. I used to wake up at 3 fretting about it week in and weekend.
And what, I just have to ask, what did the so-called financial advisor want you to do with this money?
Well, they didn't get that specific. We only had one meeting with them, and they thought in 2 to 3 years inflation will hit. We will be paying it back with cheaper money. Perhaps we could refinance, and I objected. You know, we've got 2 years of no work history. How am I going to get a refinance loan?
Now, and how'd you get to this financial advisor? Was it a friend recommended?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Long-time friend.
Long-time friend. All right, listen. Friends are friends. Friends should not be consultants because friends most likely don't even know that the financial advisors they're seeing could be absolute idiots, okay? Which, by the way, in my professional opinion, that financial advisor you saw was a complete idiot. To even begin to suggest that you do anything other. Who cares about inflation? Who cares about what the future brings? All that matters is that you feel okay, you feel powerful, you feel secure, and nobody now can take your house away from you. And that will now turn your situation around. Obviously, you don't have any money besides this extra $100,000. I want you for now to just keep this $100,000 liquid just in case you may need it to pay your bills. If you invest it, if you do things with it before you've gotten a job, you may need to break that investment to get access to that money just so you can survive. I will guarantee you this, sir. Now that you've paid off your home, now that you feel more secure, now that you and your wife both feel more powerful, you will, in a very short period of time, land a job that starts to pay your bills, and after that, you will be able to invest this $100,000, and after you've gotten a job, I'd like to hear back from you, because I'm telling you, power attracts people. People control money and giving you a job. You watch how quick you get a job from this point on. Let's go to Liz in New Jersey. Ask me a question, girlfriend.
Hello, Susie. How are you?
Liz, I'm fabulous. Starting my 10th year. I can't even begin to believe it. But anyway.
That's exciting.
Isn't
Congratulations.
It? Thank you. I know, when I first started to do this show, I didn't even want to sign a one-year contract because I was like, there is no way I'm going to do this more than 1 year. And look at me now.
Oh, look at you now, girl.
All right. Ask me your question.
In June last year, I took out a $14,000 loan on my 401k to pay off credit cards. Unfortunately, I was laid off at the end of the same month, and I'm still unemployed. And since I don't have the money to pay back my 401k, I'm wondering if I should try to get a bank loan to pay it off or default and pay the penalties. I may have to take out a loan anyway to pay the taxes and penalties. And who knows when I'll be employed again to keep up any monthly payments.
Here's the problem. What bank is going to give you a bank loan when you're not employed?
I was approved for a loan with a cosigner.
So you're going to put somebody else in a position that if you can't make the payments, they're going to legally be responsible for it. So I want to just say this, stop everything.
Okay.
How long have you been watching the Suze Orman Show?
Couple of years.
Couple years. How many times have you heard me say, do not take a loan from your 401k plan, especially to pay off credit card debt? How many times?
Yikes.
All right. How many times have you heard me say, do not co-sign a loan for anybody and do not ask somebody to co-sign a loan for you? How many times? That's
Lots.
a lot. Why? Why are you and why did you not listen to me? Who convinced you to take a loan from your 401k plan? Liz, do you get it? If you hadn't taken that loan, now you lost your job. Now you have all this credit card debt. What are they going to do to you? You could have claimed bankruptcy. You could have done anything, and your 401k plan money would have been protected. But no, you didn't want to listen. So therefore, now you're going to owe income taxes to the IRS. Can't discharge that in bankruptcy. Oh, you're going to owe a 10% penalty to the IRS. Can't discharge that in bankruptcy. And now you're in trouble. So here's what I would say. Stop trying to postpone the trouble and deal like this, like a real woman, which is, you took a $14,000 loan. You currently aren't working. Therefore, what is the true tax ramification of that? It may not be as much as you think. The $1,400 in a penalty, all right, we owe that. Not a big deal. Now, maybe if this is your only income or whatever it may be, you're not going to owe that much in taxes. So I want you to find out, what are the penalties on this? What will it really cost you in terms of the taxes, the penalties, everything, because you have a state penalty as well. That's why you have to find out the total cost. Then you are to call the IRS and work out a payment plan with them. Got that? You are not going to put anybody else on the line and get them in trouble. You're not going to try to rob Peter to pay Paul anymore. You are just going to do this the way that you should and deal with it right up front. Find out what you owe, call the IRS, and work out a payment plan. I mean, really, 10 years I've been telling you that. I've been telling you not to take out 401k loans from the day I started this show. You are never, ever, ever to borrow money from a 401k plan, actually, in my opinion, to do anything with. Do you understand that? Can somebody just tell me why she didn't listen? I just need a drink of water from that. I understand that it takes a lot to be able to say no. So here's what you say instead. Are you kidding me? I don't have enough money to pay my own bills. And later, in wanting something, ask me, can I afford it?
I want to take an African safari and balloon ride.
Yes, for $13,000.
So my take-home pay is $46.70 a month.
That is not a good start. Welcome back, everybody. Right now, we have a couple coming to us from Atlanta. Now, like many of you, they're in a situation where they make money, they're doing okay, but they seem to give it away. We have with us Anna and Terrence and their little 4-month-old Janaya. But let me tell everybody a little bit about you. You are newlyweds, recently graduated. You're doing pretty good, but tell everybody what's going on in your life.
Well, Susie, thank you for having us. Like you said, we're recently married and we have a 4-month-old. And I tend to think that we're on the right track to get where we want to be financially, and so does the rest of our friends and family. So they tend to come to us for extra help. We tend to loan out a lot of money and don't get much of it back. So we're in a situation where we just don't know how to say no because we're on our financial track and they're really not.
And are you the only ones in your extended families that are making money, that are doing what you, quote, should be doing, and everybody else now is looking to you as their support system?
You hit it right on the head.
All right.
That's definitely it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I've been saying this now for years and years, really in the African American community. This happens more than any other community I know out there, truthfully, where it's usually one or two family members that are going for it, they're making it, and all the other members come and ask for help. And because you think part of your culture, part of how it should be, you don't want to say no because you're not supposed to say no because you're all supposed to take care of one another. Isn't that correct?
Yes,
That's correct. I feel that being the oldest, that we should probably try to help out as much as possible.
Girlfriend, you don't have the money to help out. Here's what happens every time somebody comes to me. I go, does your family know that you're $55,000 in debt, which you are approximately? Does your family know that if you were paying back the student loans that you currently have, you would not be able to make your monthly bills? Does your family know, when you look at everything that you have versus everything that you owe, that you're currently $34,000 in a negative net worth? Does your family know that? Because those are your numbers, my dear Anna and Terrence. Does your family know that?
No, I don't think they know.
That.
All right, so why wouldn't they come to ask you? You right now have 3 cars. You look like you are doing great. Why wouldn't they come and ask you for help because you look like you have more than you do?
We've been trying to work on ways to say, not at this time, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
All right, here's how you do it. Let me see if I can help you, and you might want to practice on each other. It's not about saying no, because when you say no, it makes you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And listen, I get that. So here's what you say instead. Are you kidding me? I don't have enough money to pay my own bills. What are you thinking? Are you nuts? I was going to come to you and ask you for help. If you say it like that, what are they going to say to you? Do you think you have what it takes to simply say the truth to your family members?
I do. I have the courage to tell them.
I can get there.
Right, so, a few things that are going on here. Number one, you get a tax refund every year of about $9,000. And one of the things that you wrote into the Suze Orman Show about was, it's a waste of money. Why should we get a tax refund? The two of you disagree on it. And should you or should you not get a tax refund? I want you to continue to get a tax refund. And the reason that I want you to continue to get a tax refund, I'd rather have somebody saving the money for you than you getting this money and you giving it away. Next, I also hear that you like to spend money watching television with the home shopping networks and things like that. Now, I don't want you to stop watching them. Great entertainment, great value. I myself am on QVC. I love QVC. But here is what I want you to do. I want you to watch. And if there is something that you want to buy, you are going to write down the item number. And if in 3 weeks you still want the item, okay, call up and order it. If 3 weeks passes and you can't even find the piece of paper that you wrote down the item number on, that was just then urge of a purchase, not something that you really, really needed or wanted. Got it?
That's a good idea.
I'm giving you all kinds of good ideas. All right. So here's the other thing. Since I know that it is hard for you to tell everybody what you have, do a lot of your family members come over to your house?
Some do, but not all of them came to our house yet.
Yeah, but they will eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you on your refrigerator, a place where everybody can see it. I want you to do a big sign that says goal to get out of $55,000 or $60,000 of debt. And then I want you to draw like a little thermometer, and as you're getting out of debt, right, you can mark that you're getting out of debt. That way people are going to come there and they're going to go, what's this? And you're going to be able to tell them, well, we have all this debt and we have a goal that we want to get out of debt because we don't love not having any money. Then that will make it so that they stop asking you as well, because they will see, in case you don't have the nerve to tell them, they'll see that you actually have debt. You are to promise me you are never going to co-sign a loan for any of your friends or family members. If they come to you and they say they want to buy a car, they don't have the credit, will you co-sign? You are going to say no. You currently have 3 cars. You are to sell one of them. You will decide which one you are. I already hear you're planning on doing that. And last but not least, you are about to get a $9,000 tax refund. You are to do the following. You are to pay off the loan on your car. That will free up then $300 a month, and you're paying 15% interest on it. It's not worth it. You are to pay that off. That will take up half of your tax refund. The other half, you are to open up a Roth IRA divided equally between both of your names. And the rest of it is to go towards your daughter's college education in a 529 plan. That's your plan, everybody. What do you think?
I think it's great.
I think it's great. I like that plan very much.
Yeah. How come for the first time, Anna, you look like you are in shock?
No, I'm picturing this thermometer on the refrigerator.
Oh, is that what you were doing? Can't you see it?
Yeah.
Can't you see it? Listen, here's what we'll do. We'll make one for you and we'll send it to you, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Up next, you can't afford to miss. Can I afford it?
I would like to buy a dressage horse. I've been riding horses for 21 years, and I currently have 1 horse already.
You better have a lot of money. Also,
I really want to buy a 27-inch Apple Cinema display.
what for?
Well, let me tell you, Susie, I watch and download your show on my computer, and I really want to have an improved high-definition experience when I'm watching every week.
Approved. What do you want to buy?
Long distance love.
27-inch Apple Cinema display.
African safari and balloon ride.
New year. Do you have new ethics? Do you have new kinds of ways to deal with your money? I didn't think so, because you still want to buy things, don't you? Well, this is the segment where you call in, you tell me what it is that you want to buy. You got this down, and I tell you if you can afford it or not. Are you ready? Susan, what do you want to buy?
I want to know if I can afford long distance love, Susie.
Oh, I got to hear this one. So $1,000 a year. Do you at least know this person?
Oh, yeah, I know him. We've been dating for about 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
He's a senior in college right now, so am I. And we both alternate when we see each other by commuting and visiting the other.
And I just have to ask this before I ask you to show me the money, obviously. You've been dating him now for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that if you stopped seeing him, the relationship would go away?
No.
No. All right. So I just wanted to know that, because, you know, there are people out there who their loved one goes to the military. They don't get to see them for 1 or 2 years sometimes, and they come back and the relationship is still strong. So that will have a lot to do with possibly what I say. And also, is he the one? Do you think you're going to marry him?
I'm not sure.
All right,
But-
show me the money. Oh,
Okay.
you already answered me. Show me the money.
My income is $1,000 monthly take home.
Yeah,
My expenses are $550 monthly.
yeah.
I live rent-free. I have no debt. I have $900 in liquid savings. I have no investments and no retirement.
And when you say, you laugh at that, when you say that you want to spend $1,000 a year to go see him, how much longer do you think that your situation is going to stay the same, where you're going to be able to live rent-free, or you even want to live rent-free? Don't you want to get out of your parents' house?
I do. I would want to say it'll probably stay like this for another year, and then
Another year. And then you're going to want to go. All right, so here's my answer. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You are denied.
Denied.
And the reason, let me tell you why you are denied. You
Okay.
have to start preparing for the absolute surety that you're going to be moving out. You need money to move out. You need all these things in just a year or 2 from now. You're not even sure if he's the right one for you. And you said it would continue even if you didn't see him. So let him spend his money, come to see you. You be smart with your money, and you save it for an event that you absolutely know is going to happen. Sarah, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I would like to buy a dressage horse. I've been riding horses for 21 years, and I currently have 1 horse already. but it's always been my dream to have a fancy dressage horse that I can compete with and eventually breed.
And $20,000 for a horse, and you already have a horse, so you already know that horses are expensive. Horses can get hurt. There is no guarantee that you'll ever be able to breed this horse, train on this horse, or anything. If it does get hurt, you better have a lot of money. Show it to me, girlfriend.
Well, I have an income of $8,036, which includes both take-home and rental income. My expenses are $4,584 a month.
Great.
For debt, I have $167,000 30-year fixed and $159,000 30-year fixed. And I have $35,000 in liquid savings, $34,000 in investments, and $69,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
I would take $10,000 out of savings and $10,000 out of my investments.
Denied.
Oh.
Denied, and let me tell you why. Your expenses are about $4,000 or $5,000 a month currently. Once you get this horse, they're going to go up, possibly another $400 or $500 a month, possibly $1,000 a month, if in fact the horse gets ill. So let's say we're at $5,000 or $6,000 a month right now of expenses times 8 months. That's $40,000. You don't even have that now. You don't have enough in retirement. You're not touching your investments at this point in time. An investment is an investment. Your horse is a horse. It is hard to consider a horse an investment because a horse can get hurt. I'm just sorry you do not have the money. I would not do it at this point in time. Dream on, girlfriend. It's not a reality right now. Maria, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I want to take an African safari and balloon ride.
Yes, for $13,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money to go on a safari. I've been on safaris.
Yes.
Where are you going for $13,000?
Well, I want to take the safari to Tanzania, do the balloon ride, and then an extension to Zanzibar.
You know what?
Yeah?
Are you going to the Ngorongoro crater?
Yes, I am.
Do you know that's one of my absolute favorite places in the
Really?
world to go?
Oh.
You know, oh God, all right, show me the money.
Okay, so my take-home pay is $46.70 a month.
That is not a good start. Go on.
Oh.
But it's not. You want to spend $13,000. You want to spend almost 3 months of work. Are you kidding me? Go on.
My expenses are $20.30 a month.
Yeah.
I own my home outright. I have no debts.
Yeah.
I have $86,000 liquid, $65,000 in investments, and $122,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
I'm going to take some from the savings, and then until next October or November, I should have the rest saved up.
All right, so you're not going to go too much into your liquid money. Is
Not
that
right now.
correct?
That's correct.
All right, what do you think I'm going to say to you?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, what do you want me to say to you?
Yes.
All right, approved. But I'm
Thank
not
you.
saying it because you want me to. You know, you're 41 years of age.
Yeah.
Yes, you should have more money, supposedly, in retirement and everything else, but you own your home outright. Now, that is something that is an accomplishment at 41 years of age. It's worth about $200,000. You have that there. So when it's all combined, knowing that you've done that, girlfriend, you have to go enjoy the Ngorongoro crater. It is extraordinary, and you can afford it. Doug, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I really want to buy a 27-inch Apple Cinema display.
Are you kidding me? You want to spend $1,000 just on a display screen? What for?
Well, let me tell you, Susie, I watch and download your show on my computer, and I really want to have an improved high-definition experience when I'm watching every week.
Approved. No, just joking. All right, anyway. All right, well, you know, by the way, I just have to ask you, have you seen those new Mac Airs that came out last year?
They're amazing.
Oh,
They're
my
so
God, I
great.
have one on order. I decided I can't not get them. I just can't wait for it. Anyway, boyfriend, show me the money.
So I have take-home pay of roughly $4,300.
Yeah.
I have total expenses of about $2,500,
Yeah.
and about $1,500 is monthly rent, and about $1,100 is just other expenses. I have no debt. I have $29K in liquid savings. I have $4K in investments and no retirement as of this point.
None. You have no retirement, and you want to take $1,000 that you could put in a Roth IRA, and you want to buy a display screen.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
And you are 22 years of age?
That's right. Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. You're going to do what I tell you?
I will.
All right, you have been approved. Ooh. And the reason that you are approved is you are 22 years of age. You are doing great given you're 22 and you have so much in emergency funds and things like that. Do I wish, however, you would take that money instead and invest it in the Roth IRA? You betcha I do. But this is, can I afford it? And guess what, Doug? You can. Enjoy seeing me on a larger screen. All right, Fashawn, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. We want to buy Super Bowl tickets.
Super Bowl tickets for next year. All right, go on. $2,700. Oh, for Super Bowl tickets. They're coming up for this year's, huh?
Yes. So 2011 February.
All right.
My husband's a huge football fan.
Yeah.
And has been a season ticket holder in preparation for this, because then you get to buy really great seats.
All right. Well, show me the money. Show it to me. Let's see if we can just get a financial touchdown here.
Okay. Our income is about $16,000 a month.
Yeah.
That includes $11.50 in rental income.
All right.
Our expenses are $82.52.
Yeah.
Our debt it totals about $384, but it's our primary mortgage, a $10,000 car loan, and $87,000 in the rental property mortgage.
You got it.
We have no consumer debt.
That's my girl.
Savings, $59,000 liquid, $128 in investments, and that's stocks and bonds and CDs and a whole mix of things, and $520 in retirement, and that includes...
Approved. 37 years of age, you are doing great. I don't know what you're doing, but you are doing great. Touchdown! You scored. All right, want to be part of the Can I Afford It segment? All you have to do is go to my website, SuzieOrman.com, and you will find what you need to know there to come and play with me right here. Up next, Michelle wants to know,
Susie, how am I doing?
Can Michelle, in just 1 year from now, retire? Are you sitting down, Michelle? Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie. I want to retire in 1 year at 60 and a half and still live as comfortably as I live now. I've planned my retirement since I started working at 23. I have my necessary expenses covered and feel I can still take one major vacation a year. Did I succeed in making my retirement goal? Susie, how am I doing?
Michelle, we're in the new year. What do you think about that?
It's pretty exciting, Susie.
You betcha it is, isn't it? You never know what this year's going to bring. Anyway, here's the question before I go through your finances. If you were to give yourself a grade in answering the question, do you have what it takes to retire in 1 year? What grade would you give yourself?
I'd probably give myself a B+. I've done pretty well, I think.
All right,
I could do better.
A B+. All right. Let's look at your finances, and then I will give you a grade. All right, everybody. Michelle currently, as she told you, is 59 years of age. She is single. She has income of $2,900 a month. That is after tax, of course. Expenses are $2,600 per month. She's doing just fine. She has $484,000 in retirement, $43,000 in an emergency fund, $124,000 in investments, has a home worth $242,000. Here is the great thing about Michelle, which I love. No consumer debt whatsoever, no mortgage debt whatsoever. She has a net worth, really then, of $893,000, almost $894,000, because she doesn't owe any money. But here is the question. Can Michelle, in just 1 year from now, retire? Are you sitting down, Michelle?
I am.
All right. If I were to give you a grade to retire 1 year from now, it would be a C-. Ooh. And let me tell you why. If you retire at 60 and a half, you're going to get a pension of $2,392 per month. But guess what? That is before taxes. A year from now, with your 401k, your Roth IRA, your old 403b, all of that, it will generate for you, even though you're still contributing to it for 1 year, it will be able to generate about $1,287 before taxes. Now that's $3,679 per month. You will owe about $1,000 in taxes on that. So that leaves you about $2,600 per month, and your goal really should be about $3,000 per month. So where are you going to get that extra money? All right, you have $125,000 in investments. If you start to take money out of that, after taxes, that's going to be about $234 per month. So now you're about $2,900 per month after taxes. Your goal is $3,000, and you're just making it. And in your head, you're thinking, doesn't matter, Susie, I can make it on that. At 62, I'll start collecting Social Security. And my Social Security will do it for me. But in your situation, 85% of your Social Security is going to be taxed, which gives you forever, for the rest of your life, $4,295 forever. You are cutting it too close. As you get older, you're going to need care. You'll take, on average, 17 prescriptions a year after you've reached the age of 70. Inflation, tax brackets go up. Things happen, health insurance costs, all of that, way too close. However, here is your way to an A, girlfriend. Listen, I get you want to retire in 1 year when you are 60 and a half, but if you are just willing to work 2.5 more years from now, rather than 1 year, you work 1.5 years longer, here's what your situation would look like. Your pension goes up dramatically, your income goes up dramatically, your even Social Security, everything will work for you, because with your new pension of $28.28 per month, your income from your retirement accounts that now will have grown a whole lot more will be $1,475. That's $4,303 before tax, but after tax, you're at $3,200 a month, which means you do not have to touch your investment of $125,000 for you to live. So your $125,000 that you would have had to take money from now gets to grow for you for in case of an emergency. You don't need your Social Security to make it. So if you wait till you're at 66 to claim Social Security, it will be after taxes about $1,800 a month for you. Are you kidding? You could be at the age of 66 at about $5,500 a month after taxes, and your $125,000 is still growing for you. That's how you should do it, my dear Michelle. Don't tell me that you can't. Do not use the word can't around Suze Orman. Welcome back, everybody. You know, I love hearing from you. And there are so many ways that you can contact me, whether it's on my Twitter site, my Facebook site, email me. And I just want to say something, by the way, because it actually kind of aggravates me. I'm the one who tweets. I'm the one who does the discussion boards and everything on my Facebook. Nobody else is doing it but me. Do you got that? So when you see me talking to you, it's me, and stop doubting that it's me. Otherwise, I'm going to stop doing it. Got that? Anyway, let's see what the Suze app has for us tonight. Somebody has a question for me.
Hi, Susie. My name is Elizabeth DeMayo, and I'm from Tampa, Florida. My question is, I currently have a credit card balance on a card I don't use anymore of $9,200. I make a minimum monthly payment of $200, but can't afford anything more right now. My husband and I are small business owners and tuck away a small amount into savings each month. However, I have a small 401k with $8,600 in it, $7,200 of which I'm currently vested. Should I take out this money and use it to help wipe out my credit card balance, or should I just let it stay put? I hate paying the credit card interest every month, but I don't know if the withdrawal penalty is worth it either. Thanks for your help, Susie.
Oh boy, you know, we always come full circle on the Suze Orman Show, don't we? Isn't this how I started tonight's program? Listen to me, Elizabeth, and everybody else out there that still has this same question. First of all, you did not tell me if you're still working with that employer. You know, you can have a small business and still work somewhere else, but I have a feeling you are, because you said in your question to me that you're only vested up until the point of $7,200. Which says you're probably still working for them. Remember, everybody, this is what that means. You put money into a 401k, your employer gives you a match. You only get the employer's match if you work for them for a specific period of time, and over time you vest more and more and more. If you leave before that time, they take their money back. Here's what you need to know. If you're still working and you take a loan, by law, you cannot take out more than 50% of the total that's in your 401k plan. So let's just say you had $8,000 in there. All you're going to be able to take out anyway is $4,000 as a loan. We heard it earlier in the show as well. If you take out a loan, you lose your job. You, because you're so young, you're going to have to pay a 10% penalty and ordinary income taxes on it. It makes no sense on any level to take a loan or a hardship withdrawal from a 401k plan. Do you get that? Do you get that? What should you do? Just very quickly, you should make sure that the interest rates that you're paying on these credit cards are the least possible. And don't tell me that you can't. Do not use the word can't around Suze Orman, that you can't afford to pay anything more and you hate paying the interest. Girlfriend, you're the one who charged up the money. You're the one who bought all these things that you probably didn't even need or really want now and can't even remember what it is. You find the extra money to pay this off. You get the lowest possible interest rate and get yourself out of the trouble that you got yourself into. Do not look at your 401k plan to answer this. Do you understand me? You know, you just get that feeling that I'm going to be saying this for the rest of my life because for whatever reason, a lot of you just don't want to hear me or believe me. But here's the bottom line. Until next week, there's only one thing that I want you to remember when it comes to your money, and it is this, everybody. People first, then money, then things. Now you. That's you. I'm talking to you. You stay safe. Bye-bye.